Hey, you. Yes, you. Come here. Welcome back to another video. Now, before I begin this video review, I would like to say is this movie was such a big pain in the ass to find, to record, and put on the video editing footage. And yeah, it was a big pain in the butt. But I'm glad I finally got it. That's why it took so long. And also, this video is also scripted, if you guys haven't noticed yet. Well, that part wasn't, but you know what I mean. Anyways, this whole footage for the movie won't be in the greatest quality. It's in bearable quality, but it's not going to be the greatest. So I recommend don't watch this whole video in full screen. At least full screen the footage of me. Now, I will give this film a lot of credit. It has aged very well with all the crazy Shane Dawson drama of him getting canceled, of him getting exposed. And it's for very good reasons. I fully agree why. Personally, I don't really like his content that much except his documentaries. And not only that, I always thought he was kind of shady way before this whole drama, or even before he joined the beauty channel. So yeah, that's just kind of my intake. So on further ado, let's begin on reviewing this disaster of a movie called Not Cool. Okay, so this film focuses on two main characters. One is Shane Dawson, which his name is Scott because, oh my god, I love Shane Dawson. No. And then the other main character name is Tori. They're both pretty obnoxious. They both come from, I guess, dysfunctional families. And for some reason, I guess they both just kind of look for love, I guess. I'm not sure, but this movie doesn't really have much of a narrative. Like, even in their bio, it doesn't really say a whole lot. Another issue with this film is it's very, very all over the place, such as my freaking thinking in my brain, because haha, ADHD, right? Fucking sucks. And yeah, and they just kind of just chill out, whatever. And what I don't really like about this is half the movie, like half the characters, like acting is like very extremely energetic and fake. It's like one of those fake coworkers at work that are just super fake energy and happiness. You can just tell they're faking it. And then the other half are just kind of like dead inside or just psycho or really weird. I mean, look at this.
Did I ever tell you about the time I got abducted by aliens? Funny story, actually.
No, that is some high quality acting. Half the cast like on serotonin, holy shit. I can't do it. Scott's family, I guess, her dad has a shop, right? And they're all just hanging out. Their dad has a great business. They're making a lot of money. And then their dad's like, you know what? I found love and we want to move and shut down our business. So they said, screw it, we're moving to Florida. And the kids, of course, were not happy with that news. And I'll be very, very honest. I know what it's like to be announced to move to a state to Florida, and I absolutely did not want to move. And yeah, it was such a bad decision for me, and I'm so glad that I came back. But yeah, I feel for these kids immensely. It fucking sucks. Unless you're rich or something, or you're high class. If you're middle class and lower, just don't move to Florida, please. So now we're on Tori's family. They're kind of obnoxious too. They're very unlikable. They have a really creepy, I think it's Tori's friend named Joel, or brother. I think is a coworker of the father that works at the shop. But yeah, he plays a really good creepy dude, and yeah, he has this crush on Scott's sister named Janie. Yeah, that's right. Dude, I feel like they barely say your name in the movie. I almost forgot about the name. That's how freaking little I've ever heard her name. Okay, I'm not a judgmental person, but if you look at Joel's character in this movie and the way he acts, apparently he's never gotten laid. He acts like he bangs a bunch of girls. He pretends to have a Tumblr and all that. Oh, what a classy guy, right? And what I don't get is he acts all of this, but he's trying to impress his crush, Janie. But by the looks of just Joel and then Janie and the way Joel acts and Janie acts, would you really think that they would get together in real life?
Really won't.
Psych. No, I'm fucking with you. She's totally gonna sit on my face later. Like.
Sorry, but the odds of that are very slim to none. Unless like Janie's like has a huge heart or something for him. In a real life scenario, I'm sorry, but this would probably never happen in real life. Pimp boy Joel getting with Janie. Please. So later in this film, this dude does some crazy psycho stuff, but we'll get back to that. For a movie written and directed by the infamous Shane Dawson, you expect this movie to be more mature, right? Well, wrong. Okay guys, friendly reminder, I screwed up. The movie was not written by Shane Dawson. It was actually written by Dan Schaffer, however you pronounce it. So yeah, I apologize if I keep saying Shane's a bad writer. Just ignore that. It's Dan Schaffer. This movie's humor and jokes is like written from third graders, I swear. It has puke jokes, fart jokes, poop jokes. It's very, very forced. And it can be funny in a funny way, but this is just way too out of the target audience, at least for me. I mean, I think it's meant to be for like younger kids who look up to Shane. But at the same time, it has a lot of explicit stuff, which is kind of creepy for a kid, not a kids movie, but for a movie targeted towards teens. But you can't forget that Shane also did two other characters in this movie, which is extremely unlikable. One was, of course, the annoying girl that was in his old skits, and then this extremely rude and unnecessarily forced swearing bus driver. Very two unlikable characters. Scott is kind of there as a likable character, but the other two just don't even put them in the movie. Scott's character begins when he's in high school, about to meet his girlfriend, which is extremely obnoxious, just as bad as the family. Like, if you've see what she acts, you understand why the heck Scott even likes this girl. But yeah, they kind of kiss, make out, and of course, they go to the bathroom, and yeah, they get the diddly done. It's ridiculous how fast-paced and over the top everything is. Okay, here's a few seconds of this girl, how she acts, and tell me how anyone would like this girl. Do you see what I mean? Oh, Shane was banging his obnoxious girlfriend in the bathroom. They also made a stupid glory hole joke, which is pretty unnecessary for a high school setting. But anyways, yeah, they did that. And then literally seconds later, the girl's like, bye. Breaking up with you, bye. With it, they didn't even let him finish. That's pretty disappointing. But yeah, I was like, what? Yeah, that shows you how good of a writer Shane Dawson is. So in some way and somehow, Scott was pretty torn, right? And he decided, you know what? I can't get over this girl. I'm gonna send her some text messages. Oh, she not replied? You know what? I got her on GPS and we're gonna stalk her. I wish this was a joke, but no, it's not. He legit thought it was a good idea to write that you could stalk her, right? And the phone looks like it was straight out of 2002. Might as well put MSN mail on that thing, am I right? Wow, Scott's trying to track her down. Tori, for some reason, thinks she's a fucking fantastic driver and hits Scott. And yeah, she gets out of her car, doesn't even ask if he's okay. He's just like, what the hell's wrong with you? And then she'd be like, Scott? Yeah, because what ordinary person wouldn't ask if they're okay first? That's some great writing. And Scott actually recognizes this girl because I guess Tori had a unique nickname, which I can't say on here because stupid YouTube. But anyways, Scott's like, you know what? Can I have a ride to go to my ex's house? And for some reason, Tori, the dumb girl she is, she still gives him a ride knowing that he's just straight up stalking her like, why? No, you don't tolerate that behavior. You don't encourage that. Here's where it gets really weird and random. Scott's like, hey, I think you're attracted to me. And Tori's like, no, I'm not. They're like flirting because I think Tori said something about him and his hair or whatever. Well, I don't remember. But yeah, Scott's like, yeah, I think you're into me. And then they're like, no, I'm not. And then they start fighting and then they make out and they start randomly hooking up and sleep with each other that night. Oh my God, what? I don't get it. I just don't get it. One thing I don't get about this film is the pacing is so bad. It's like undeniably bad. Everything feels so like really fast paced all the time, but in like a bad way. And also, surprisingly, this film is extremely immature, especially for Shane Dawson's age when he made this movie. He was like 26, I think. Like, at this point, I'd rather watch Sausage Party than this, because at least with that movie, at least did well in the post-box office. Yeah, it only made 40 grand. It doesn't get better than this. So somehow, after that one little hookup, Scott catches feelings. Oh no, he caught feelings. It's not like that has been done in like a million movies. Oh my God, Shane, your writing is so original. Oh, but Tori don't want anything with that. She's just like, nope. And then Scott be like, fine, I'll just track you down at your house and show up at your house on Thanksgiving night. Yeah, that actually happened. Shane, you do know you're the director or writer of this movie. You don't have to stalk them and follow them to their house, right? Can you say creepy? Look, I know it's a movie, but you get what I'm saying, right? So anyways, their family invites them in for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's Thanksgiving. Most people be sent home. But yeah, they invite them in, I guess. Whatever. For some reason, they end up playing Dance Central, I guess, and they both have a dance-off. And Tori makes a deal with Scott saying something like, if I win, you get to leave. And then Scott be like, if I win, I get to smooch on your face. Because, yeah, that's exactly how Thanksgiving daily bonding goes. If this were any real logical situation, Shane would have been just kicked out of his freaking yard, or Scott, whatever the freaking name is. It's why do people do that? They put themselves written and directed by Shane Dawson or whatever, but they just change their name anyways. Like, just call yourself Shane. You didn't really Scott Shane, same thing. So later in the movie, Tori and Joel are at a party, right? And Joel's trying to impress his crush, right? Because he's a super smooth. So Joel goes up to Janie and he wants to be a gentleman, right? And approach her, but he literally spills her drink on her, right? And it's pretty big tragedy, right? And then so what happens is he decides, you know what, I'm gonna fix this and I'm gonna clean you up. So he goes to grab a toilet paper or whatever, clean her up. But no, he aims for the boobs, right? And no, he's just going like, I'm just gonna grab them too while you're at it. And then you figured that's enough from Janie, right? You figured, oh, okay, I gotta stay away from this dude. But no, they just have a civil, awkward conversation. And I don't know how and I don't know why, but somehow Joel managed to convince Janie that, you know what, I can help you with your homework or something like that, because Janie said something about needing help with homework. And you know what? They got a little study date. Like, what? So Joel is like that funny kid that tries to be like cool and funny, but he just comes off as stalker and creepy-ish. Oh, did I ever tell you that Joel actually starts stalking Janie's Facebook before the date, you know, to know everything she wants? Classy guy, am I right? So Scott happens to run into Tori. He probably stalked her, but who knows, at the mall. And Tori's like, you know what? Let's hang out all day and all night. Because yay, romance. So Tori starts making up this list for Scott so, you know, he could possibly change and be better as a person, because Tori somehow cares about this dude. And I'm sorry, but Scott's not gonna change. And then Tori gives Scott a brownie that he thinks was amputated with. And yeah, Tori lies to Scott about it being amputated. And yeah, so Scott thinks he's like all high and everything. They ended up sleeping with each other again, and not only that, they get into a big fight the next morning and he gets dropped off. Great writing. Later, Joel is on his date with Janie that he's actually trying not to be weird or creepy as possible, but at the same time, he's trying to impress her and help her study. But Joel screws up and actually shows his true intentions. But Janie's like, you know what? It's all right. You can drop me off all these other places you're going to take me, right? Because they go on a special date when it wasn't meant to be. But at this point, Joel is straight up simping for this girl, right? And they actually go to her favorite restaurant, and he only knew because he stalked all the things she liked on Facebook. And the funny thing is, he starts listing all the TV shows and things she likes. And what's hilarious is she ends up finding out that he did that because he was dumb and somehow admitted to it. And it was kind of funny. And yeah, that's kind of karma. And you figured it would end right there. You figured, okay, the date's over. You're just using me because you like me and I'm not into you. They leave. Nope. He got one more place to show her. And she's like, okay. What is this movie? Like, I don't freaking get it. So Joel takes her to her father's workshop that he works at, blah, blah, blah. They dance. She wants to dance for some reason somehow. I don't get it. And then they end up kissing, but she didn't feel that way. But hey, he got a kiss. And yeah, she's like, I don't like you. And yeah, that's just kind of how it ends. It's like, what? I mean, can you really blame her though? I mean, the way Joel's been giving out these massive red flags, I'd be stayed away too. Screw that. Nuh-uh, I don't want to be a part of any of that. So, Scott's at another party just hanging out. He still can't get over Tori because of that fight. And he happens to run into his ex at the party. And of course, her name's Heather. She wants to be, her feelings get revived. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to sleep with Scott. And Scott's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. through completely. And yeah, what Heather does is she just throws him on his bed and yeah, goes to town against his will. That's why would you put that in the movie, Shane? Like, I get it, like, I get about the dark humor approach of things, but it was just way too forced and all that, and what I don't get is, it was super insensitive to the point where it just wasn't even funny, it was just stupid. And and I'm surprised because your fan base, Shade, like straight up is super sensitive when people have any allegations against you. You figure with something like that, they would get extremely offended, and no, you don't want them to cancel you. But that's a part for another video. If you're gonna make a movie with dark humor and some crazy controversial stuff, at least have proper execution, because the execution in this was terrible. So while all this was happening, Tori was tracking Scott down and they walk in on him while that happens. And yeah, of course she's upset, just like any other cliche movie. And yeah, Scott's trying to repair the relationship, but no, she ain't having it this time. So Scott's like, you know what, I'ma fix this. So he literally decides to shave his hair because for some reason doing that shows that he's willing to change as a person, because I guess he was so stuck in his ways in high school apparently. And yeah, so he starts like owning up to everything, I guess. And yeah, and Tori of course falls back in love with him. They kiss, and then yeah, they live happily ever after. Oh, and Joel and Janie, they end up being really good friends. They decided, Janie decided to help Joel by hooking up with some other girls because she is such a great friend to him. And honestly, he can finally stop lying, I guess. So I guess everyone in this movie gets somewhat of a happy ending. Okay, I don't know if this family even moved to Florida. Scott's family moved to Florida. Like, I don't even know. The movie doesn't even explain it because the writing is just so over the place. Shit, they probably didn't properly explain it. There are two words I would give this movie. Not cool. Because it was really lame. Honestly, this movie did not crack me up one bit. Not a single joke was actually genuinely funny. I only laughed how ironically bad this movie was. That was about it. And not only that, I will give credit though. Joel, the character who played Joel, did a great job playing some creepy dude because he actually had me convinced. He probably plays like that in real life, but who knows. But yeah, he plays a good creepy guy, I'll give him that. He was probably the only guy that stuck to his frickin' script and character well. The rest is just kind of over the place. Anyways, everybody, that will conclude my whole review of this whole movie called Not Cool. What'd you guys think about it? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not? For me, definitely not a good movie for me. Probably not for most people. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy these movie reviews. I really like doing these. They're fun, different, and it seems like a lot of you guys have been really enjoying them too. And if there's any other movie you'd like me to look at next, feel free to comment down below. I do get a couple more movie ideas I am looking forward to. Anyways, everybody, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like. If you really like the content, make sure to hit subscribe. I'm almost to 2,000. I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so please hit that sub. It'd mean a lot to me. And yeah, and if there's anything else you want me to do, I will. And feel free to follow me on social media. Links down in the description down below. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.